The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Phixated Podcast. I am your host, Mike Gasolina, and I'm joined by a guy who may or may not be upset with me for a tweet that I put out yesterday. Regz, how's it going, buddy?
It's going great. I was not. I think I was more mad that you were very right and you had to put it out there for everyone to know that I'm a complete psychopath sometimes. I mean, people who listen to the show might know that, but not everybody who follows you might know that, but now they do. So I wasn't mad at because it was facts what you were saying. I was just upset with myself that I had gotten to that point.
For context, for those that don't follow on Twitter, and if you're not, what are you doing? At the Mic Drop 5 at Big Regz with a Z. Yesterday, someone posted the Phillies were top 10 in every major offensive category, and I retweeted that with the comment of, you wouldn't know that if you looked at my text message inbox, right? At Big Regz with a Z. And Regz said that this was going to be a topic of conversation when we started recording here tonight. So I wanted to just give him the opportunity. But he seems as though he has admitted that was an accurate statement.
It was. I can't get too mad. I'm not happy about it, but it certainly is true. And I think as we get older, we can reflect and learn things. I think I'm more mad at myself than you, Azzy, is what it comes down to.
Self-awareness. It's self-awareness is what we call it.
It's tough. I think it also coincided with my wife also telling me the same thing. Like, why are you such a psychopath this season with the Phillies? And I was like, I don't know. I don't have a good answer.
Well, I think part of it is very much that, this could be the end of a little era here. We're not going to spend any real time talking about the baseball team. Not much has changed. Hold on one moment. I got to make my last pick of the draft here, which we'll talk about here in a second too. But I need to say that for the first time all baseball season, we are going to be a little short on them. Not much has changed since we talked last. They're going to be 5.5 games up after tonight on the Mets. Have a chance to go back to 6 tomorrow, and get out of Milwaukee. With a series win tonight. Just Aaron Nola put him behind early, and that was that. But maybe had their best win of the season just 2 short days ago. This is the way baseball is. We were high of highs on Monday, and tonight, within the first 20 minutes of the game, we were lowest of lows.
Yeah.
That's the way that the sport unfortunately rolls, and we'll tune it up again tomorrow at 4:00. It'll lead us perfectly into the football team. But not a whole lot there on the baseball team tonight, buddy.
Hey, Weston Wilson just hit a ball 444 feet. So, they're doing what they can. To fight back from Mr. Nola.
He also almost killed Harrison Bader.
Yes, also that. He also looks like he's never seen a fly ball before half the time. He turns around more times than my 6-year-old does when chasing pop-ups.
If Aaron Nola was even like remotely capable tonight, this is at worst a 4-3 baseball game right now.
Yeah.
I will give them credit though for battling back. I agree with you. This is what they did the other night. They battled back and ended up winning that game. So they still have 2 at-bats left. They're not dead yet. So certainly there's still an opportunity for them to battle, and we'll keep tabs on it. We're keeping tabs on a lot tonight, guys. We actually both had a fantasy football draft simultaneously. Mine took 42 minutes total.
Mine is taking
42 minutes.
Much longer.
Well, you also have 4 extra people drafting, and it sounds like you have all your people there.
Most of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, that wasn't the case for us. and that's why my draft is over. And I'm currently just looking at my team and feel very good about it. How you feeling about your team so far, buddy?
I just grabbed Ricky Pearsall.
Okay.
I feel like that's a pretty good number 3 wide receiver. I'm very top heavy. Like, I'm thrilled with my quarterback, thrilled with my running backs, love the tight end. The wide receivers are, in the middle.
So I know you got McMillan.
I got McMillan. We got DJ Moore.
Okay.
And then we just grabbed Ricky Pearsall.
So I'll be honest with you, man. I think you got 3 guys who are going to have the lion's share of targets on their
that's kind of what I was going for. They might not, blow it out of the water, but I'm hoping just maybe for some consistency.
Yeah, I think McMillan's going to step right in and get a majority of the targets. DJ Moore and a Ben Johnson offense is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And who'd you just take? You just told me, and now I forget.
Pearsall.
Yeah, I honestly might end up getting the most targets in San Francisco.
I don't like. It's kind of like you. I don't like San Francisco, but they got the easiest schedule, and he's the number 1 receiver for a while before they all get healthy again. So
yeah, it's really not a bad. It's not a bad look. And tell the people who your running backs are.
Derrick Henry and Omarion Hampton. Very pleased with those. Very pleased with those.
I love that. I'm going to share, and I know you got Jalen.
Yep.
I'm going to share my team. I did not take a quarterback until like the 12th round, and I just loaded up on skill position players. So I got AJ Brown, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Saquon Barkley, Ashton Genty. And then on my bench for skill position, I also got McMillan. I got Tony Pollard, Tony Tracy Jr., Roma Dunze. I got Rashee Rice because when he comes back, Ramondre Stevenson. And then I also got Marvin Harrison Jr. in my flex. I did not read him before. Tucker Kraft is my tight end. My quarterback situation is Justin Herbert, and I did take what do you call it? Caleb Williams. So, went a little lower scale on the quarterback, at least fantasy wise, but I think both of those guys could put up some fantasy numbers. I'm keeping Caleb Williams kind of stored because if he and Ben Johnson find a groove together, I do think could be fun. And Justin Herbert's dependable enough. So
yeah, for sure.
We'll see. I told you before, I don't really pay much attention to this league. I didn't even know we were drafting until 8:50. So
yeah, ours was scheduled very late, like literally on Monday. So
yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, well, no, actually, we got the text message on Monday too. I just totally forgot because no one ever confirmed it. So here we are. But also here we are the night before kickoff of the 2025 football season. Regs, I'm going to follow Nick Sirianni's lead, I guess, here and say we're no longer calling ourselves defending champions.
That's right.
I do think it is a little weird that the players won't be out there for the banner dropping. I don't necessarily care. I just think it's weird. I like the mentality of, wiping this, like cleaning the slate and just starting fresh and acting like you haven't done anything. I don't mind that. I appreciate that. But I think there should be something for like celebrating, what you did. And I also got some pushback from a few people, that are friends of the show, Brian Healy, Roger Regal, guys that we've talked about quite a bit on here that have been on the show, who have said, who knows how they made that decision, right? Like maybe the players were part of that and they don't want to be out there.
Yeah, sure.
So I don't know. I guess I don't have strong feelings. I just think it's weird that they're not going to be out there for it.
I think it's weird for them I think it's a little weirder I think somebody said today when I was listening to something that Nick kind of said, "Oh, I didn't know it was happening." And it's like, yes, you do. It's like, if you've made or look, whatever it is, if it's a decision not to be out there, or if it's just, it doesn't work with the timing when your players want to go on the field, that's fine too. But just don't pander and be like, "Oh, I didn't know what was happening today." It's like, yes, you did. You were. It feels like it's a bit of
it feels like a bit of a try.
But look, no one commits to the motivational bit like Nick Sirianni. So
Oh no! If anybody loves a motivational bit, he
That's
is the
right.
guy.
That's right.
That guy loves himself a motivational
That's
bit.
what I mean. So
Yeah, loves himself one. All right, so here's the plan for tonight. Regz and I have a little tradition that we like on this show. We did it last year, and I believe I was the winner of last year's.
I believe so.
I believe I was the winner of last year's. And the way that this game works is we put down confidence points on the entire season. So we predict each game and we lay down confidence points.
Mm-hmm.
We each get a waiver, meaning we get to say that if the game goes the opposite direction, we still get those points because it's like usually like a 7, 8, 9 point game,
Mm-hmm.
one that we're dead in the middle on, that we usually throw our own waiver at. Would have been cool to put like another one on there this year where like we get to challenge the other persons and, you know, double the points or something, but too late to consider that. We'll figure that for next year. But we'll go through the schedule game by game and just make our prediction and throw confidence points on it. And we'll alternate. So I'll go first on the first one, and then Regz will go first on the second, and back and forth we'll go. It'll give us a record prediction, and go from there. So let's start with tomorrow. I will kick us off for, you know, pun intended entirely. And I'm going with a win, and my confidence points are at a 10 for tomorrow night. I'm not totally there. Like you know, there's still a piece of me that just doesn't believe in us against the Cowboys for whatever reason. But I believe enough to say 10, and we'll talk about more when we get into the preview.
Okay.
What about you?
I have a win as well. I am very confident that they're going to win this, but I don't know if I want to use a number that's that high.
This is a hard schedule. I don't know where else you're finding
That's
your like.
very true. I don't know where I'm
8,
getting
9,
like
10.
that confident. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not an easy schedule.
And it can go all the way up to 17, right? The most confident. Yeah.
That's the most confident is 17. Yes.
Okay. It's a great point. All right, give me a 12. Give me a 12.
All right, out of the gate, Regz is going with the 12. All right. Okay, they go on the road to Kansas City next Sunday. They get like 10 days off. Kansas City plays Friday, I think. Friday or Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
They are not. They're also getting a nice lengthy bye into that Super Bowl rematch. So you get to go first on this one. What do you got?
All right. I'm giving them a loss.
Okay.
Here. Giving them a loss here. I think they could win this game. But I'm going to give them a loss, and I'm going to say 9.
I'm giving them a win. No Rashee Rice in this game.
That's right.
And that's a big deal because this is probably a game where Q is going to follow Xavier Worthy all over the field.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going to let him follow, and I have a win. And Andy Reid teams, at least recently, have started off very slowly. They are not fast starters. I think the Eagles are going to want to, you know, come out and do the thing. I'm not like blowing with confidence here, so I'm going to give it a 5.
All right.
All right, they come home and play the Los Angeles Rams. This is my pick. Regz, I have another win. I don't know what this noise in my ear is. Oh, it's telling me that my team is complete. I thought that was already done. All right, the Rams, I got to win. I don't know where I'm at with this. I don't think I'm like, this is not a game that I want to flip. But it's a game I'm semi-confident in. I'm going to go 7 here.
Okay. I have a win also.
Okay.
I'm gonna give this a 10. I'm pretty confident they win this one.
Yeah, I this is a team that like they're traveling east to play at like 1:00.
Yeah.
That is never an easy thing.
Yeah.
All right. They go to Tampa Bay. You're up first.
Okay. Loss.
Yeah. Yep.
They
just don't win here.
Yeah. I've already done 9, 12, and what?
9, 10, and 12.
9, 10, and 12. Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna make a little thing up here so I can keep you posted.
Thank you.
Yeah.
11. I don't think they're winning this game.
Yeah, I am pretty much there with you. Is there a world I can see them winning? Absolutely. Because
Sure.
I just feel like at some point that whole thing has to go away. But I've also said that about the Mets and the Phillies, and that has not gone away.
Yeah.
So I am also going with a loss, and I am going with. I'm also going to go 11 here. Because if they end up winning that game, I throw away the same amount of points you throw away.
Yeah.
All right. Then we go home against Denver. I see this as a win. Denver's a good team. I don't know how they're going to be coming out here. I can see Fangio giving Bo Nix a ton of fits. I think this might be one of my. You know what? No, I'm saving that. Actually, 12.
Okay.
12 for me on Denver.
All right.
So we both are done at 12.
Yep. I think this is going to be a win. This might be one of those weird ones, though. So I'm going to say... I'm going to say 8.
Okay. And you do not have to give your waiver until the end. Like, you don't have to name it.
Okay.
Right? Like, you can get through the whole draft and say, all right, I want to go back and make my waiver. All right. New York Giants, it's Thursday night, so they're on a short week going to New York in week 6. Your pick.
I still think this is a win.
Okay.
And look, I know everyone's going to get all up for the Giants, right? Their defensive line is obviously very good.
For sure.
There's no doubt there. We know Malik Neighbors is very good. But, we're still talking about Russell Wilson and Jackson Dart as their quarterback. So I'm going to win here and give me... I feel like this is a lock. So give me 15. I'm putting a lot on this. I think the Giants matchups are where you can kind of go in a little bit.
Go in a little. I'm gonna say a win for sure. I'm gonna go a little lower than you here, I think. I'm gonna go 14. Not crazy lower, but I'm gonna go 14 here. All right. I am up at Minnesota. The Eagles get a little bit longer here. They like their mini bye. It's their second mini bye of the season, which is nice. I have this as a loss.
All right.
There's a world. This might be the game I come back to and waiver because there's a world where Fangio just drives JJ McCarthy out of his mind. But man, that Minnesota team is loaded.
Yeah.
They're good at running back. Their offensive line's good. Their defense is good. Their receiver core is insane. TJ Hawkinson is awesome. Going there and winning is not easy. That is not an easy place to win. So I'm putting a loss and I'm giving it an 8.
Okay.
But that might be the game I come back to.
8 is right where I was going, and I think it's also a loss. I think, look,
You
they're gonna
did lose. You do not have your 8. You
Okay.
don't have your 8 or your 9. You have your 7 if you
give me
want it.
yeah, give me 7.
All right. So you have a loss at 7. We both eliminated 7 now. Okay. Sorry, you were going to say something about that game.
I just think look, there's going to be losses this season, and it's not
Yeah.
a bad thing to beat to good teams when they're away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's okay. That's not it's not
100%.
that's not a bad loss. And
No.
if they get blown up by 30, we can talk about it, but
Sure.
if it's a close game and they lose by a field goal, a touchdown, it's not going to be a bad loss.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Last game before the bye. It's back to you. Home against the Giants. Dumbest scheduling I've ever seen in my life.
Very stupid. Win and 17.
All right, there it is. I was wondering if you were going to go into set. Good job, Nick. Way to go, buddy. 17 for you. Regz. I'm also going to go win 17 at home. So we both knock out our 17 here. All right. So that's pretty similar. Okay, so at this point, you have them at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3. I have them at 6 and 2. All right. Coming off of the bye, they play Green Bay at Green Bay. This is another one where you might see me come back and waiver. I do have it as a loss. But I'm not putting a ton of points on this. I'm putting 4 points on this. Because I still don't think Green Bay's that good. I don't think Jordan Love's that good. The Eagles are coming off of a bye that week. And to me, like, there is just this world where I feel like that tush push thing is going to have this team very angry. So I have it as a loss just because it's not an easy place to go. It's Monday night. It's going to be cold. But for some reason, I am not super confident in that.
I'm going to say a win, but I'm going to give it a 5.
Okay. All right, so we are out of 5, both of us. Okay. They go home to play Detroit. What do you got?
I have a win. I think this is a win.
Okay, so you still have 16, 13, 6.
I think
4,
yeah,
3,
I
2,
just
1.
think Detroit at this point, right? What week is this?
This is week 11.
Yeah. I just think they're going to be feeling it at this point. So, what were the numbers again?
You have 1 through 4, 6, 13, 16.
Let's do
Thank you.
Look, they could lose to the Lions. It's not impossible, but it's outside.
Yeah.
I'm like looking at the rest of the other games. What's the highest one I have?
16.
Oh, no, we're not going to do that.
You also have 13.
13. Let's do 13. I'm pretty confident in this one.
I am also pretty confident in this one. I'm going to put my 15 here.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm going to put my 15 here. I feel really good about this game. I agree with you that this is a game where Detroit could very much be feeling the blow of the long season, and things just aren't going the same way. It's a tougher division for them. It's there's very much a possibility for that. All right. Dallas, going to Dallas. Regz, this is a place I do feel like they've struggled. I know the Eagles have struggled there, but man, oh man, Dallas has all of the combustible components this season to just implode all over themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I am not ready to give it this. This is not the game I'm giving 16 to, but I am going to give it my 9.
All right.
my confidence level in them sweeping Dallas this year is very strong. So I'm going 9 there. I know they don't play well there, but I think Dallas is going to be shot at this point.
Yep, I agree. I am going to say a win. And
I'm trying to see what you have left because I think I messed up somewhere. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 16 according to what I have here.
Who? Man.
Yeah, tough one.
1, 2, 3, 4.
6 and 16.
6 and 16. We are missing one, but that's okay. We'll figure that out.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Wow, this is great podcasting. Give me 6, because I think other ones I'll be more confident in.
All right, he's given 6. Yeah, there's one that I must have crossed out that you did not use yet, and I'm trying to figure out what that is. Nope, you did use 5. I'll figure that out while you're going on the next one. You start the next one. Talk me through Chicago. It's a short week. They're playing on a Friday.
Yeah, short week. I think the Bears will be better. I don't think they're going to be like fantastic. So
Sure.
I think this is a win, and whatever the highest number I have left, I'd like to take it.
So you have 14 and 16. I did not.
Then
count
I want 14 on this one.
He wants 14 here. All right. 14 is the number he wants. 14 is the number he gets. I'm sorry. I missed that before.
Nope. All good.
All right. I also have a win. I don't know that I'm like super confident here. This is one that I'm struggling a little bit with. For some reason, this team scares me. I'm going 6.
All right.
That team scares me. They're gonna have how many weeks under Ben Johnson at that point? It's a little nervous. All right, going to the Chargers. I have this as a loss. It's a Monday night game. I'm not confident it's gonna be a loss. And with that being said, I'm gonna change my mind and make it a no, I'm gonna keep it as a loss. I'm gonna keep it as a loss. And I'm just gonna make it a 1 because I really don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the Chargers are. I don't know.
Yeah. I think this is a loss as well. This is going to be that weird West Coast trip that they seem to have.
But they've been winning them.
They have been winning them. That's true. We went to like the Rams. We all thought that was going to be like the week that we have one of those, right? And Saquon was like, nope.
Nope.
Not doing that.
That's right. That's why I struggled with it. That's why I gave it a 1 because I really don't know that they lose that game.
I'm going to say a loss. Yeah, I think
you have 1 through 4 and 16.
Yeah, give me 1. I think 1 is right. This is a toss up.
Yeah, I just
the Chargers could also just not be good.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. Come home to play Vegas. Your pick.
This is a win, and whatever the highest number I have left.
Yeah, we're doing the same thing.
They're just not very. I don't think the Raiders are going to be very good.
We're both doing 16, so we yeah. Okay, so we've got. I have 13. I don't love this. I do not love this at all. Woof. Oh my God. I kind of want to change a number. Okay. I've got 2, 3, and 13. You have 2, 3, 4. You might have played this better than me.
I'm very happy with that. I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, these last 3 games are not pretty. Okay. Gosh, I wish I could go back and change my Dallas one. Okay. All right. At Washington, it's me. the division's still it could still be up in the air. Home field advantage could still be up in the air. I don't think Washington's gonna be that great this year. I have this as a win, and I'm doing my 13 here.
Okay.
I don't like that for me, but it's got to be what it's got to be.
So this is Washington, right? At Washington.
At Washington on a Saturday.
Yeah. I don't think Washington's going to be good. So I'm going to say win, but I'm going to give this whatever, like 2. I'm going to give it a 2.
Okay. Okay. Jeez. All right. At Buffalo, your call.
I have a loss here, and I'm going to give it the highest number I have left, which I think is a 4.
It's a 4, yes. All right. I also have a loss. I'm giving it a 3. Just schedule loss with where they're at in the season. Why in the world is this not?
I have no idea.
Like one of the Giants games.
I have no idea.
Tell me you couldn't put this on Sunday night or Monday night.
Yeah.
In week 8 or like 7.
Yeah.
And people would lose their minds for this.
Of course you could. Of course you could.
All right, I wrap it up. Washington. I feel like just they got to lose by default somewhere against Washington. I just don't see them losing going into the like postseason. So I'm just gonna give it a win. And it's a 2. I think you're gonna get me this year.
I have a win also.
Okay.
And I think, what do I have left? 3?
You got 3.
Yeah.
Sam Howell revenge game, Regz.
There it is.
Sam Howell revenge game. All right. I ended, so you get to go back and pick your flip. Or your waiver.
Yeah.
I think I know mine.
Give me the Bucks.
He wants the Bucks waiver. He wants his 11-point Bucks waiver. All right, so I'm going to circle that on here as your waiver. He wants the Bucks as his waiver. Regsy, boo.
I'm trying to do a little juju magic here.
I listen, I get it. I'm going to make my waiver. I'm going to make my waiver. Do I do Detroit? I'm second guessing myself now. Cuz I was going to do Minnesota, but it's an 8-point waiver. Like, is it? I'm going to do that. I'm going to go with that as my waiver. Minnesota is my waiver. I do think that there's a better chance that Fangio goes in there and just screws with JJ McCarthy than there is of Jared Goff coming into Philadelphia in November and winning a game. That's just where I'm at. Okay. So, Regz, you have the Eagles at a potential 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12-5 or 13-4. Yeah. I have them as a potential 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12-5, 13-4. We both wavered on wins or on losses, which I don't think we did last year. I think we wavered on wins.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Do you believe 13-4, 12-5 gets them the 1 seed? In my head, it wins the division.
It wins the division.
Does it get him the 1 seed?
Yeah, I'll probably say no, just because who the heck knows, and there's probably a better chance that the answer is no than it is yes, but yeah, I'll say no. I say they win the division, but I'm with you. It's probably the 2 seed.
I think for me, Regz, like, I don't know who else is getting to 12 or 13 wins in the NFC.
I mean, everyone's pick is really what? Green Bay. Who else? I'm trying to think of who else I've been hearing.
I mean, the Commanders are sweethearts.
Yeah, there's a decent amount of people betting on like the regression in the age finally sort of catching up with them.
Yeah.
I
And
think people still
all
think
the variants of one score
I
wins
think people
last year.
still think what's his name? People still think like Minnesota's going to be good.
So
It's not 14 wins, but
no, but here's sort of where I'm at. All right. I do think the Eagles sort of waltz the division unless there's just some sort of disaster.
yeah,
Right. And by waltz the division, I mean, 5 losses. That's a respectable
right.
season. I think with this schedule is more than respectable. The NFC South, forget it. Right? Like the Bucks are the best team in that division. They're going to win 10 games maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look out west, and I don't think the Rams are getting to 12, 13 wins. I know the Niners have an easy schedule, but like they don't have a good receiver for like 6-7 weeks. You said that earlier.
Yeah.
And then when you look at the North, which is the only other place I can see it coming from, it's the best division in football in my eyes. And they're just going to beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when you look at that division, because the Eagles play that division this year, Green Bay, Detroit, Minnesota were all playoff teams last year.
Yeah.
And Chicago's only gotten better. In my head, all those teams end up beating each other at some point, right? I don't know. I don't know. I just see a world where the Eagles, a 4 or 5 loss season gets them that number 1 overall on the bye, which, who knows? But it all starts tomorrow night, my friend.
That's crazy that we're here.
Hard to believe. It feels like yesterday we were just on here and I was struggling to sit up straight after the Super Bowl. Wasn't sure I was going to make it through, but here we are. Here we are. Let's start here. I think as we go into tomorrow night, we know it's the Cowboys. We know it's, the whole rivalry, greatest rivalry in the NFL thing. We know all that. It's overdone. We know. At the end of the day, you're stepping across from a division rival. You're stepping across from another team. It's the kickoff to the season. And I go into this game confident. We talked about that. We both put pretty high numbers on this game right out of the gate. Some of that is I have no idea how Dallas is going to stop the Eagles, like at all. But I do think that there are concerns to lay out there from an Eagles fan's perspective. I don't know where they're going to get pressure on the edge. I'm not sure where that's coming from. I love Nolan Smith and I'm excited about Jalix Hunt. I'd be much more excited if Jalix Hunt was the second or the third edge rusher, but we've talked about that. I'm really worried about the back 7, 2 of the back 7. Sidney Brown. If George Pickens gets to run right at Sidney Brown tomorrow.
I was about to say, you want to hear a hot take? I'm more concerned about Sidney Brown than whoever the second corner is.
Well, it's Adoree.
So I'm more worried about Sidney Brown than Adoree Jackson. Yeah,
I think Adoree, he's going to be what he's going to be, and it sounds like Q is going to follow CD all over the place tomorrow. Unless maybe if he's in the slot and then they just let Coop deal with him,
right?
And let it Q play Pickens on the outside. I'm curious to see what that looks like. I don't know what Q feels like in the slot, but I guess we'll see. But Sidney Brown concerns me quite a bit because he plays with his hair on fire. I think we're going to see a lot. I think we're going to see a lot more Drew Makuba than what we would typically see of a rookie. Sidney Brown's starter by name only. I don't think he's the starter. Per se, he's just the starter because they have to name a starter. It also wouldn't shock me if we saw Jacorian Bennett at any point tomorrow. That they just test run some things throughout the game and just see what sticks. They like Adoree's ability to move all over the field. Like he doesn't have to stay on one side. Mm-hmm. He can play both sides. And I think that's why he's starting tomorrow. I agree with you. I don't think maybe it is a hot take from both of us. But I agree that like I have more confidence in Adoree doing his job than Sidney doing his.
Yeah.
Because we just haven't seen Sidney do his.
Yeah.
And I hate being like negative out of the gate here because I still think they win the football game, but
I agree.
I could see Dak just like tearing them up in the secondary.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting with how they come out at first and what Vic does to adjust to to what's actually happening on the field. It's just one of those interesting things that we're gonna have to watch because he was so. By the end of the season, you were so confident in the guys on the outside that everyone else could do whatever. Yeah. And even you saw GJ did not have was not good in coverage last year. Like he wasn't. No. Yes, he was a ball hawk and he would come up and make tackles, all the good things. He was not good in coverage last year.
No.
And look, Reed, for what he's good at, is not a great cover safety. Sidney Brown has a skill like to just play with his hair on fire and be running downhill. He's not a cover guy. Right. And look, they were expecting sort of Makuba to be that guy. And do you think he plays? I think he plays, right?
I think he's going to play.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I think he's going to play. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I think he's going to play.
Yeah. So it's just one of those things that, look, Dallas's biggest strength is their offense. Like that's what it is.
It's their receivers.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I mean, I don't look at that running back trio and like have fear struck into me like Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders.
Yeah, I think they have like the worst running back room maybe in all of the NFL.
Like Rico Dowdle scared me more than any of these guys. Yeah. Scare me. I think that they had a huge regression at that position, and their offensive line. Like they have one of the best guards in football.
Yeah.
He's tremendous. But like outside of that, they should be able to create some pressure. I'm not sure exactly what their plan's going to be. I don't know if they're going to leave Smith one-on-one with Carter, if they're going to double team Carter and let him just go with Ojimo on pass rush downs or what that's going to look like.
Yeah.
I'm also really curious to see Jordan Davis and how his shredding of his weight plays into his impact on the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a ton of fun watching Zach Bond. I can't wait to watch Zach Bond tomorrow.
I know.
Like I cannot. I just don't think I appreciated him enough last year. And now I just want to watch him. Like I just want to watch him on every play. And now you got, Jod Campbell playing next to him too. That's going to be a blast. And we still have Cooper and Q running around and Reed. So I think we get into this mode of, oh man, what are they going to do? There are teams like you look at the Cowboys defense, they're worrying about a lot more than two positions.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, they are. Yes,
they're worrying about a lot more than two positions. So when you think to that side of the ball, like, oh, we need to get better in the rush defense. Well, okay. What did you like? You can find a run stopping defensive tackle in free agency for like $8 million a year.
Yeah.
And you went and traded one of the best edge rushers in the planet.
Oh my God.
And you didn't even trade him to a bad team for first round picks. Like you trade him to a team who's going to be in the top, like from between 25 and 32.
It's wild. It's just crazy.
And from a linebacking situation and like defensive backs, do we know if what's his name's playing tomorrow? The corner Diggs.
I believe it said yes.
Is he playing? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. He has not done a lot in camp.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're going to ask him to go out there and cover AJ Brown. Good luck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, good luck, guy. That's crazy talk. That's crazy talk. That he's gonna have to go out there and cover after that injury and barely having any camp.
Yeah,
that's great. That is crazy. I will be very concerned if the Eagles don't move the football tomorrow. And I know it's hyperbole, and I know it's the first game, and as you get it together. But I can tell you right now, we're not going to feel good if they don't move the football tomorrow night. This is not a good defense, folks.
Yeah.
This is not a good defense. Micah Parsons on the field made them one of the best defenses in football. I think they were ranked like number 2 in EPA per drive with him on the field, and then they were dead last with him off the field. And this is not some like anomaly. Oh, he never played. Like he was always on the field. No, this dude was hurt a lot.
Yeah.
And so when he was not on the field, they missed him. And this is not a situation where it's like they've gone all off season, without the idea of him. It's always kind of been on the cusp of like he could be here, and now he's not. Man, I'm like I'm psyching myself out like the Eagles aren't going to be ready, Regz. I need you to talk me back.
I don't know. Like, there's no reason why they're not going to be ready. Like, if nothing else, the juice in that stadium to raise the banner against the Cowboys after they just made one of the dumbest trades of the last several decades of football.
Yeah.
Like, that place, if they didn't have enough juice, which I don't expect this team not to have, I think the leaders on this team will have everybody ready. I think what I'm focused on is that they come out not ready to play from an energy standpoint, but from a coaching standpoint, from a game plan standpoint, from that kind of thing. Like, are there communication errors in the defense? Like, are there miscommunications on the offense? Are things not coming in fast enough? Like, all these little things. I don't think it's going to be from like a player energy standpoint. I don't think but it's more so on the more tactical side. Like, if you come out with a good game plan, like, you should run this team over.
Yeah. I will say from a defensive communication standpoint on the field, like, I think they're in a better place than they were at this point last year, right? Let me work outward, because the defensive line isn't as much about passing people off, things like that. Every once in a while when they drop, yes. That being said, from a back seven, even Sidney Brown has now had a full year, sort of learning this defense. He hasn't been full speed, so we'll have to see what that looks like. But Jahad Campbell and Adoree Jackson are the only two that, like, this is sort of new to them.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I worry so much there. I'm excited to see Kevin Patullo in his bag a little bit. I do want to see what play calling looks like with him, because I think we might see a little bit more creativity than we've seen in the past.
Yeah.
This is the offensive coordinator that Nick, I think when we look back on it, I don't know how long Kevin's going to be here, because I think a lot of people are high on him in the Eagles building. Nick's probably most likely to let go of the reins more with him than he has anybody else, including Kellen Moore, because he's like, Patullo's his guy.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see Kevin Patullo in his bag a little bit. This is the closest that I think Jalen has been to a coordinator, because Patullo's been in that building from like Nick's jump. This will be fun. This will be fun. Let's do this. We just sort of macro viewed it. Let's do a key here. And then I'll have a question for you, and then we'll get into predictions. What's your key going into tomorrow night?
I think it's the pass rush, because I think you can mitigate a lot of the secondary things if you're getting to Dak. Look, he's going to let the ball go quickly. He throws in tight windows. We all know this. He can still be a good quarterback, but you can't let him sit back there all day.
Yeah.
Like we've seen CD do that by himself when these guys have had no one else to throw to. So we've seen it. They're capable. They're certainly capable of it. And I think that D-line needs to come out and put some pressure on Dak and just keep it up to let the guys in the secondary, have a little bit of time. And because look, CD's really good. He's tough to cover, man. Like he's really good.
Yeah, there's a reason why he's one of the best, named one of the best every year. I think my key is I want to see creativity on both sides tomorrow. I think if you can be creative on both sides, this isn't even going to be close. And what I mean creatively on the offensive side is, letting getting some different players involved that maybe we don't typically see in different ways. So like, how can we get Will Shipley involved? Can we finally run some screens? Like, this is a dude who is really good running after the catch. I would love to see a screen game with this really athletic offensive line, and not just the tight end screens. Like, let's see some running back screens.
Yeah.
Let's try and get the ball in Jahan's hands in some ways that we haven't seen. On the defensive side, I think if they are going to get home, it's going to have to come with those creative blitzes and or I should say pass rushes, not blitzes, pass rushes that Vic runs, sending Campbell and dropping someone, or sending Bond and dropping someone, maybe sending Coop in at Dak. Just, making Dak uncomfortable in creative ways. And I trust Vic to do that. But I think if they can be creative, this isn't close.
Yeah.
Regz, what's going to keep you awake tonight? What's the thing that's going to keep you awake as we head into tomorrow's game?
I mean, it's CeeDee Lamb. It's like if he just sort of eats on this, and Pickens catches, 3 for 120 or something, like something stupid. Yeah. Like if he just blows the top off the defense because CeeDee's just doing whatever he wants. That's what keeps me up at night. He's going to keep me up at night.
Dak's going to take his shots to George tomorrow. There's no doubt Dak's going to take his shots to George Pickens tomorrow. It's the receiver room for me too. I think the other thing that's going to keep me up is the potential of a slow start.
Yeah.
By the offense and having to play from behind. That scares me a little bit, because I do want this team to be able to hand the ball to Saquon late in the game and just let him take over like he's done like he did all of last year. They have a 10-point lead or a 14-point lead that seems to be slow trotting, and then all of a sudden he explodes for a big run and game's out of reach, right? Yeah. That's what I'm hoping for, but a slow start scares the bejesus out of me. Here's my thing about Pickens here before we get into our predictions and wrap up. Mike Tomlin has not been wrong when it comes to trading wide receivers in the past.
That's very true. That's very true.
It feels like every time he trades a receiver, he got it right. And I don't know that Pickens in Dallas is the perfect match, just based on everything else that happens there. So we shall see.
Yeah.
All right, man. Prediction time. Birds are 8.5-point favorites, 47.5 total. The first of 17 of these. What do you got?
I'm going to go Eagles. Eagles win.
Wait, hold on. How did we do this last year? Did I go first?
I have no idea.
All right, well, we're going to start over. You're going.
Hey, last year doesn't exist, Azzy.
You're right. Oh, there's the. All right.
Last year doesn't exist.
All right, Nick. Okay. I hear you. Go ahead. Sorry. You've got Eagles winning.
Eagles win. And I'm going to say 28-17.
I have the Eagles winning 35-17.
I like it.
So, and I don't even think it's that close.
I like it. I was hedging a little bit, if I'm honest.
I get you. All right. Well, we will be back on Thursday. At that point, the Phillies will have wrapped a 4-game series with the New York Mets. They will have wrapped a Miami Marlins series over the weekend, and they will have finished their series with the Brewers. So we will have 8 Phillies games to talk about. After tonight, the magic number is 18, I believe, going into tomorrow. If the Phillies win, it would be 17 going into the weekend. That's a pretty good place to be.
Yeah.
If you're the Phils. We will have results of this opening night Eagles game and a preview of the Kansas City Chiefs Eagles Super Bowl rematch, although the Super Bowl doesn't exist according to the Eagles. and that'll be that. Soon you'll get your Sixers coverage. I don't even know when they start. We'll have to look into that. Not even caring right now. But until Thursday, We appreciate you checking us out. Make sure you click subscribe on the YouTube channel, wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you go follow, rate, subscribe, do the whole thing. On social media at the Mic Drop 5, at Big Regs with a Z on Twitter, at the Phixated Podcast on Instagram, at the Phixated Pod on TikTok, and at the Phixated fan page on Facebook. Merchandise link in the show description below. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys for listening. Until Thursday, be kind to someone, be kind to yourself, be kind to someone else. Tell someone you love them. Go Birds!
Go Birds, baby.
Oh my God! Deep to right field, way up there and way out of here.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions. Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you.
The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.